We're really excited to hear your presentation. Let me just tell you a little bit about Michelle. Michelle Hawke began practicing shamanism in 2003. Her lineage comes from Hungarian and Celtic shamanism, a naturally gifted psychic and intuitive channel. Michelle's work with alchemy, shamanic energies, and multi-certifications as master healer allow her to offer the deepest level of transformational work. She mentors and trains practitioners in shamanic alchemy and the healing arts and helps people master their intuitive gifts and magical birthright. So we're looking forward to what you have to share with us, Michelle. So I'm going to hand it over to you.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. And for the record, it wasn't my decision to sign up for the last slot. It was the Dragons. So we'll see what they would like to share. I probably would have rather done a little bit earlier in the day, but that's just human me. So my invitation to all of you who are still here, my invitation and my appreciation, congratulations. My invitation to you is to allow this to wash through you like rain. When I show up to work with the dragons, I show up as a channel. I show up as a priestess because that is an agreement that I have with the dragons. They are working with me as they are working with many other people on the planet to anchor their energies, their magic, their wisdom transmission into the earth plane. And so I always show up, most of the time not necessarily sure what is going to happen or what they're going to say, but it is an act of deep trust and surrender in that. So my invitation to you is to join me in that trust and surrender and to invite what they're offering to wash through you. Don't necessarily try to mentally remember or hang on to parts, but trust that you will receive what you need and what they're offering will activate or resonate within you what is needing to be catalyzed. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a moment, and I would like to invite everyone to kind of wiggle around in your seat, feeling your seat and all the areas of your body that are supported, feeling your feet on the floor, feeling your back resting against the chair. And we'll take a few breaths together to drop fully present here into this moment that is now. Beginning with the exhale, breathing everything out. And deep breath into the belly. And exhale with a sigh. Again, deep breath into the belly. And exhale with a sigh. 2 more, deep breath in. And out. 1 more deep breath into the belly. And let it go. Continue to flow with the breath, feeling it wash in and out like waves, carrying you deeper into a space of relaxed receptivity, touching into that trust and surrender. And before we offer an invocation, the dragons are instructing me to share with you, in case there are people who are watching this who are not familiar with a channeled transmission. I imagine that many of you are. I will open the channel and the dragons will speak through me. You can usually tell a difference in my intonation, my tone of voice. Sometimes there's different word choices or accents. And if they're asking me to elaborate or they're showing me an image, I will usually clarify that it is me speaking to describe what I am seeing or receiving from them. But otherwise, what you will hear will be in as close as possible to the dragon's own words themselves. It is with so much gratitude that we call upon and invoke the power and the presence of our own innocent hearts. We call upon and invoke all of our guides and teachers, beings of the light and love. We invite and invoke the Sapphire Dragon line, keepers of the egg, dragon clans, librarians, and alchemists. We ask that you please be present here with us in this moment that is now for this great work for the highest and greatest good. Please help us to be clear, grounded, centered, cultivated. Surround us each individually and collectively in a triple shield of protection. Keep our energies separate and safe. Please help us to be clear channels to allow these messages, information, and energies to flow through with ease and grace for the highest and greatest good, for the benefit of all beings everywhere. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the blessings. And they are immediately beginning to invite me, or they're asking me to explain why I cast the circle in the invocation in that way, because there's something specific in there that is part of the message that they will offer. So I was speaking on behalf of all of us, and of course this is you and your higher self, or I would invite you now if you would like to silently say, yes, I agree to be part of this invocation. Yes, I am agreeing to receive this transmission. And if you don't want to, that's okay. You can listen from outside the container, but there is something different about stepping into the crucible. And so they're showing me everyone who's participating in this, both people who are here live now and those who will tune in later. I'm seeing the spaces where their higher selves are holding this container together. And so the dragons are inviting me to point out to you that I am requesting on behalf of all of us here that we may be clear channels, not I, Michelle, as the medium, but we may be clear channels to invite these messages and information and energies to flow through us for the benefit of all beings. So for those of you who are choosing to participate in this transmission in an active, anchoring way, they're showing me, it's almost like all of these people like acupuncture needles into the earth to receive in these energies and conduct the frequencies. So this is on behalf, we are doing this work on behalf of all beings everywhere. And by choosing to participate in this, you are also anchoring in this transmission. We speak to you as emissaries of the Sapphire Flame. We are some of many beings who anchor in this frequency, and you may know the others by names such as Saint Michael and Mother Mary. There, of course, are many more. And we also work with the Sapphire Flame. We are the Sapphire Dragons. There are other names for us in many cultures. And we have already appeared to some of you who are here present at this time. You often see us as brilliant blue, the color of the sky or the color of deep ocean. But it is not our color that makes us unique. It is the color that we hold as an emanation of this sapphire flame and the energies of this frequency. And they're asking me to elaborate, and they're showing me that there are other blue dragons, but don't mistake a blue dragon for a sapphire dragon. That is a specific lineage. We who work within this lineage are specifically agreeing to collaborate with humanity at this time. We have been working with humanity in relatively recent Gaian history, which for you embodied humans may seem like a very long time indeed, but we assure you on geologic time, it is really not that long. We are unique in this way. There are many lineages of dragons that may collaborate with humans, but not as their primary function, or may choose to not work with humans at all. But we, the Sapphire Dragon lineage, are specifically anchoring in energies to collaborate with humanity and modern human consciousness. You see us in many representations throughout the archaeological and mythopoetic record. You see us as feathered serpents inlaid in lapis lazuli in the temple walls. You see us in the crowns of the royals. You see us laid into stonework in fountains and places where people gather to pray. You see us holding glowing orbs. Part of the reason that we have chosen to collaborate with humanity is that we are a relatively young dragon lineage, and much of our history has taken place alongside the evolution of humanity. We feel a strong kinship with humanity as a result. Yes, of course, we are very ancient beings. Dragons are all very ancient earth beings. And yet there is a particular affinity that we have to working within the human consciousness and working with the human bioform that makes our lineage more compatible for you to work with than perhaps you might find with other dragon lineages. We have been stepping forward in increasingly obvious ways throughout punctuated moments in the evolution of humanity. Our work is particularly noticeable during times of great change, during times of anchoring great wisdom and power, during periods of technological and intellectual and artistic and creative and spiritual revolution and transformation. Our work emanates from the void as the foundation of creation. This is part of what we do. With the Sapphire Flame, we are building with the blue ray the bedrock of civilization and of culture and of consciousness as you know it. This is why our medicine is particularly strong during periods of great transformation and evolution. We are laying the foundation upon which humanity continues to build and grow. We are sure that none of you here can deny that Earth is in a period of tremendous change right now. All over the planet, there is very rapid transformation. And we know that in your relatively short human lives, things may or may not feel rapid, but we do assure you this is a period of tremendous acceleration. And the flood of energy and the flood of ideas that are springing to life in the earth plane is as an explosion. We have been working and weaving and collaborating with this energy, and we are sure that you do feel these effects. We are sure that those of you who are here to weave and collaborate with this frequency have felt the tendrils of our power. And perhaps you did not know our name, but you have already been working with this magic. We are here to support creators. We are here to support the weavers. We are here to support the way showers. We are here to support those who are laying the flagstones of a new version of earthly embodied consciousness. And we are here now to present to you this energetic transmission and a teaching with the keys of creation. As this one here already instructed you, we invite you to allow this to flow into your subconscious and trust that it will anchor into your wisdom consciousness in the way that is most beneficial and aligned for you. This first key of creation that we wish to discuss with you is one that many of you here have already begun to develop and explore, some of you to great extent, and this is your intuition. Your intuition, when in its infantile form, comes as a background perception and perhaps may not be very clear, or perhaps may come in flickers. And we encourage you to continue to listen and continue to act upon intuition as you deem it appropriate to do so. For those of you who wish to strengthen this muscle, there are techniques and exercises available to you, such as this one offers here. And there are many others who support developing intuition. If there is support that you would like to receive, we encourage you to seek out a teacher to help you. This is a practical skill. This is not something that some people are born with and some people are not. This is a skill that one can learn and develop and strengthen in themselves. We encourage you to do so. However, with intuition, as with all keys and all tools of power, we invite you to anchor this into your personal lived wisdom. This is advice that we offer to any channel. Even though and we know that many of our relations who also work with humanity are attuned to frequencies of integrity and truth and creation, we know that sometimes translating these frequencies into an embodied earth experience can be very uncomfortable. And we know also that as we are not embodied in a Gaian bioform in the same way that you are, that perhaps our guidance may need fine-tuning or adjustment in order to be more compatible with your earth field. We invite you to exercise your discernment when enacting the transmission that you receive through your intuition. This is the second key, is your discernment. Not only with the energies that you receive from us and the messages that you receive through your intuition, but also through the feedback that you are receiving through the Gaian bioform and through the embodied experience. This is the unglamorous work of weaving the fabric of creation, is listening and perceiving and noticing how your work is coming into manifest in the earth plane. And I'm feeling in the background this sense of humor experience and kind of gentle compassion about, oh, humans, yeah, you have to actually pay attention in your body and in your life and respond to what's going on. That's part of working with intuition as well. And knowing that for people who have a very activated upper chakra centers or people who are working with very high frequency energies, that translation piece into the embodied realm can be a little bit uncomfortable or challenging. So they're cushioning that with some kindness and also a little bit of humor and kind of like tough luck, you have to do that part too. This discernment that we are discussing leads us to the third key. They're showing me an image of an Ouroboros, and I'm asking if there's a word associated with it, because the sensation is really about like a feedback loop. It's like the cycle of energy cycling from the etheric field into the embodied, so from energy to form and on, etc. And they're looking at me and saying, that's your job to translate. So I don't know what word they have in mind for that, but they're showing me the symbol of the Ouroboros with the sensation of the cycling of energy and moving in this continuous feedback between energy and form. As this one says, the word feedback may be an appropriate term for this, but we invite you to consider the wisdom code anchored in the Ouroboros, this sacred symbol that appears in many traditions. As the serpent eats its tail, so life moves in and out of an embodied state. Consciousness moves in and out of form. And the bioform that you experience and the bioform of Earth, the Gaian body of this planet, oh yes, she has an energy body. And her Gaian body, her physical form, lives within the energy body, just as is the same for all of you humans and all other children of Earth, is continually moving in and out of the etheric, in and out of form. And so as the serpent eats its tail, energy is moving through, in and out of form. And this feedback is the third key of creation that we wish to share with you here. I'm taking a moment to ask them how many there are, and they're saying there are many more, but those are the three that they're sharing right now. And now they're inviting they're offering a blessing of the Sapphire Flame. So if you would like to receive the blessing of the Sapphire Flame, they invite you to bring your hands cupped in front of you as if you were standing in front of a waterfall. And they are offering to, if you step forward and you are inviting and agreeing to receive this blessing of the Sapphire Flame, they invite you to simply breathe in deeply and receive as they are pouring the Sapphire Flame into your hands. And they are telling me specifically not to tell you what they're doing with words, but to invite you to sense and feel and notice what you are noticing. And they are instructing me to allow them to do what they're doing and not talk. And then they'll let me know when to start speaking again. They are now stepping back, and they are not leaving, they are simply stepping back. And they are inviting, if there are questions specifically for the Sapphire Dragons, they're taking questions specifically for the Sapphire Dragons or specifically in relation to the Sapphire Flame energy. So if anyone has a question that they would like to type into the chat for the Sapphire Dragons or about working with Sapphire Flame energy. And of course, continue to enjoy and breathe into whatever you received in that blessing.
Don't see anybody asking questions. And
How,
anyone?
I'm seeing, how do they recommend we use the flame? Okay.
Yeah.
We invite you to work with this flame specifically when you are weaving with the fabric of creation. There is no task too small, no task too insurmountable. All things rooted in creation will benefit from this infusion with the Sapphire Flame. You may return to this in your personal meditation practice after we complete this transmission. And you may call this flame into your hands as you are performing actions in the world that are particularly aligned with the foundations of creation. This is our recommendation to you at this time, is to weave the Sapphire Flame into that which you are creating as the foundation of new life, new growth, transformation, new form, new consciousness, new state of being. All the foundations that are woven with the Sapphire Flame will be anchored into its frequencies, which are that of truth, integrity, creative power. This is the first emanation of the void. And all the foundations that do not include this are doomed to fall. Consider this as you are weaving the magic of creation in your own life and in the world. How to weave with this Sapphire Flame. Draw upon this in your meditation practice and continue to grow this flame within you. You may feed this fire by working with it consciously. In your own practice, feel the Sapphire Flame in the palms of your hands just as you did in this blessing and transmission. Breathe life into it. When you behave in such a way as to honor the values of the Sapphire Flame, you grow the power of the Sapphire Flame in yourself and in the world, and you amplify its life force in all of the weavings where it is held. When you behave in such a way as to dishonor or work out of alignment with the Sapphire Flame energy, you diminish this light in yourself and in the world. We invite you to look and observe in your life and in the behavior of others around you. Are they acting in such a way as to honor and uphold and nourish this energy of Sapphire Flame? Or are they behaving in such a way as to step away, deny, or diminish it? There is no action too small nor too large for this work. As long as it is in service to creation, truth, and integrity, the Sapphire Flame belongs there.
Dina asks if they are associated with the Sapphire Rose Dragons.
The Order of the Blue Rose is another emanation that is connected with the blue ray. We are kin with the Order of the Blue Rose. And this is my interpretation of what I'm seeing and what they're showing me, that perhaps, Dina, the words that you're using about the Sapphire Rose Dragons, like it is feeling like there's crossover to me. They're not saying that specifically, but I am feeling like there is crossover. Okay. I'm seeing Marg is asking a question. I have 2 blue dragons in my team. Could they be sapphires? So I'm referring back to what they, and that this is me talking, I'm referring back to what they shared earlier during their transmission about there are other blue dragons that are not sapphire dragons. So just because a dragon is blue does not make it a sapphire dragon. That is a particular frequency. So that would be up to you to connect in with your dragons and to see what their lineage is and what they're anchoring. Blue, dreaming, love, sapphire dragon. Wonderful. People are noticing it moving into their throat chakra. Can you share more about the blue ray? Let me see if that is fitting with what they were saying, specifically asking questions for the sapphire dragons and about the sapphire flame. Let me see if they're wanting to speak to the blue ray. There are other emanations and expressions of the blue ray to which we shall not speak. We are only speaking now at this time about the emanation of the blue ray that flows through us as part of our magic and part of our frequency. This is a teaching that exists within other mystery schools. If you wish to find out more and to learn more and to emanate and practice emanation with other frequencies of the blue ray, there are other resources available to you. All of those who emanate from this blue ray are kin. We are relations with these other emanations as well, and yet they have magic that is unique to them. They have transmissions and initiations that are unique to them. The transmissions and initiations that we offer in the particular emanation of the blue ray that flows through us in the Sapphire Flame, and we, the Sapphire Dragon lineage, is very specific to those who are working within the grid of creation of Gaia and working within dragon consciousness for the purpose of weaving with creation. There's a question, do I to include electric blue as part of the blue flame? I am not totally sure what you mean by that, Robert. So if you'd like to clarify your question, please do. Do they have their own language? So they're inviting me to interpret what I am hearing for them as they're answering in dragon language. And so they are, and dragon language, it's not like we would consider English or like other human languages. There are dragon, this is dragon language, but they are speaking now through me in English as a universally agreed upon language of this particular container. People are feeling resonance with the Sapphire Dragon as their energy blueprint. Arrange in blue hues. So they're like puffing a little bit of steam at me, it's like a humor, but also a like don't get caught up on the semantics of the color of blue. They're real, and they're showing me like actual sapphires come in many different colors, but they're like, it's not that we are they're saying don't think about it like you would look at sapphires on Earth. Like they're using that as like a particular frequency. It's not about the color. So when they're appearing to me, it's usually this very deep, saturated blue, like you would kind of consider a stereotypical sapphire color. In the visions that I'm receiving, it is generally this very rich, deep blue. I haven't seen them in other colors. I don't know how they would appear to someone else. But they're saying don't get so hung up on the color. It's not about like which color blue it is, because it's actually not about like sapphires as we think of sapphires. Love to learn more. Paint with sapphire. Great. Okay. Awesome. If there are any other questions, please chat them in. I am incarnated sapphire dragon. Cool. I will, so this is me, they haven't gone away yet, so they're kind of sitting in the background if there are more questions. I do offer initiations into the Sapphire Dragon lineage, and actually they're correcting me. It's not me who's offering them, it is them who offers initiations through a container if people want to receive an initiation to work with their magic. So that is something that I have been offering for about 5 years now, and holding containers for people to come commune with the Sapphire Dragon lineage specifically and receive initiations to work very deeply with this lineage. So if you're interested, then you can reach out. Do I channel ascended masters and ancestors? Yes, I do. I feel like I got initiated tonight. Great. Okay. Yes, it's not me. It's not human Michelle doing the initiating. It is always the dragons initiating. I am the human channel who anchors that in, just like now as the human channel, the medium to translate the messages, and it's them doing the work. And also it's really helpful to have a human teacher to make sense of what people are noticing and to ask questions, and for that skill development, like they were mentioning earlier, to help with exercises and training to increase our connection with the dragons. A conduit, yes. Okay, let me see if they have anything else that they would like to share other than receiving questions. Azurite energy, nice. Okay. So they're asking me to offer clarification, and again, it's not about the sapphires, so they are resonant with other gemstones. They're mentioning like kyanite as an example, lapis certainly, And they're showing me, they're just showing me like all these very beautiful blue gemstones. And again, they're usually that really rich, deep, sure, like azurite, um, topaz, blue topaz. And so it's not that they're only like, it's not about the sapphire. Like you can almost think of sapphire as like the title or the like it's the closest word that we have in English to the nature of the frequency, but there is like sapphire is their closest, the closest one, the closest association. But if you don't have any sapphires and you have some nice blue topaz or something like that, then, and you would like to meditate with that as part of your connection to the sapphire flame, then that would be appropriate, they're saying. Okay, let me see. We are very happy that all of you here have received us so enthusiastically. And we know and we acknowledge that for some of you, we are already familiar faces or familiar energies, and perhaps you were already calling us by name, or perhaps it is just now that you have learned of our name. And we do invite you to ask us to join you. If you invite us in to work with you, to come into your meditations, into your practice, we are happy to collaborate with humans who are working with our energy. Again, this is part of what we are here to do. This is part of our soul work, to collaborate with humanity. It brings us great joy to know that there are those of you here who gather to connect, to enjoy, those who love to work with dragons, those who feel excitement in working with dragons. We feel similar excitement to meet with you and to work with you and to share with you the joys of weaving creation. We recognize also that this is the final transmission for this container of the entire event. And so we would also like to acknowledge our dragon relations who are not of the Sapphire lineage. All of those dragons who have come to offer their transmissions and their blessings, their messages. All of those who have powerful working relationships with human allies, and all of those humans who work with dragons. We offer our sincere gratitude and acknowledgement to be part of this collective container. This is part of why we requested to offer the final transmission. Or part of the practice of creation is to lay the keystone piece. And so we would like to offer our seal on this transmission to help to close and integrate and anchor the frequencies of this entire event for all beings who have participated here. All of those who are here live now, all of those who were participating earlier, all of those who will tune in later. We invite you to receive this seal now, to anchor in fully all of these energies and transmissions from the Dragon Summit, from this council, this gathering of wisdom, we offer this seal to support these energies anchoring into the consciousness and the bioform in the most beneficial and aligned way. We offer our support to you as you integrate these wisdom transmissions and these energies into your lives, into your hearts and minds, and your etheric bodies. And you translate these wisdom transmissions into right aligned action in your lives and in the world. The seal is now complete. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your participation. We offer you our blessings. And now we are closed. They have stepped away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to peek back through the final comments and see if there's anything else.
That was timed beautifully.
Great.
And
They always do.
We're done. I know. I love it when they do that, when they're like, that's it. We're done. We're closed.
Yeah, that they certainly do. I'll take a moment, if I may, to, sorry, Barbara and Kelly, were you going to say something?
No, I know Kelly's just put all your information in the chat.
I was just going to say something. I wore a kyanite crown tonight, which I never wear. And I thought that was kind of funny intuition, like last minute. I never wear this, like hardly ever. Anyway, but that was beautiful. I felt a fire in my hands. And then like my whole body was like doing like a dance, like all of a sudden, like as I was receiving the energy, and it was almost like my dragon body was like stretching itself to receive it. That's what I was sensing. It was really interesting, and thank you. I've been connecting with Sapphire energy for a couple of years, but I didn't really dive into it, so I'm really grateful for your transmission.
Thank you. Yeah, it is very, very powerful stuff. I'll share very briefly that I received an initiation into the Sapphire Dragon line in 2019, and it was the most incredibly viscerally powerful initiation I probably have received yet to date in my life. And the Sapphire Dragon lineage came in incredibly strongly with lots and lots and lots of downloads and practices and teachings. And they began instructing me to offer these initiations, or offer the container of these initiations, to other people. And I've never really advertised it. I just sort of, hold it, and then people find me for it. It's very wonderful how that happens. And I've had, I don't remember exactly how many people, probably 10 to 12 people at this point since then, come very organically to receive this initiation. And what people say is universally knock your socks off, like showing up in ways they never expected. I had someone say it's the most powerful psychedelic experience they've ever had without actually partaking of plant medicines, but that level of incredibly powerful experience, physical reaction, or responses, Dina, such as what you're mentioning. Yeah, so I would love to, if anyone feels called to learn more about my work, or to work more with not only the Sapphire Dragon line, but to develop their skills in working with dragons, I have a free channel dragon transmission that you can download from the links that I just put there, and that is from the Dragonheart Council, which is a collective body of dragons that I also channel. So if you'd like that one, I think it's about a 15 to 20 minute video of a transmission that they're offering, so you can go download that for free. And then I have the Dragonheart Council Teachings and Transmissions, which is a series of 6 videos with exercises and integration prompts. Again, it's all channeled transmission stuff, and I'm giving you $100 off. So you can use that code Thunder100 and go download that for self-study. And then if you are interested in the Sapphire Dragon line initiation, go ahead and download that guide or the free channeled transmission, and then I'll send everybody a follow-up email afterwards if you would like to talk about if that initiation is right for you. Or you can contact me directly through my website, michellehawk.com. That's Michelle with 2 L's and hawk like the bird.com, and that's where you can find the rest of my work. I live just outside of Portland, Oregon on beautiful forested land. I host retreats, I teach shamanism and alchemy, and I help people answer their shamanic calling and develop their intuitive gifts and magical birthright. And I have a
Michelle,
podcast, Shaman Sister Sessions. Sorry, go ahead. Yes?
I'm sorry. I'd like to share with you what my experience was during your meditation.
Certainly.
Just like Dina said, I felt the fire in both of my hands. And I felt like I was being told to connect the fire and to raise it up above my head. Which is not what you were directing, but what was being transmitted.
Great.
So
Way to go with it.
that's a gift, truly.
Which part? The
That
fire is a
you
gift?
have, well, that, but the fact that your spirit can take another spirit there, that's a gift.
Thank you.
Not a lot of people have that.
Thank you. I have been studying and practicing shamanism, alchemy, and mediumship for over 20 years. So I have a very strong practice, and I have worked, like I said, with the Sapphire Dragon line, the lineage of dragons, since 2019. And they came through with a big ol' initiation for me and very clear instructions to help offer this to other people. So thank you, Robert, for sharing. I'm very happy that you experienced that so powerfully. And for all of you out there, what I did is a skill that you can learn. This is something that I help people work with, is to develop their mediumship practice. And so what I did also is a form of incorporation mediumship, where I brought the energy of the Sapphire Dragon line into my body to speak through me and to offer transmissions and to help all of you link into that. So if you are called to develop your mediumship practice, again, reach out to me through my website, michellehawk.com.
And I was going to say, Kelly is another person in Oregon.
Oh, wonderful.
So Kelly's in Oregon. I'm on the
Where in Oregon?
She's in Talent.
Hi, yes, I live in Ashland area, Talent, Oregon.
Okay, great. Galactic actually, I know, is in Oregon as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We've had it's the West Coast has been here today.
Well, the Ring of Fire. We've got the Ring of Fire here. Can't help it. Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yep. The mouthpiece has to.
I know we've got a few minutes before it hits 10 o'clock. I think Kevin is here somewhere, if he's still awake, if he wants to pop on.
He is. I'm very impressed. This is a long time to be tuning in with big energy. I'm also, if anyone has any other questions for me about my work, please feel free to type it in. Kev, if you're here, power to you.
I put your website up again for you, dear. Also, it's there for that. And of course, you can go on the website to get all of Michelle's information off of her bio that's on Dragon Thunder website for all of you. And tune in there too. Oh, good. So wonderful. All right. Any other questions or Yeah, Simone, 4 a.m. Girl, you hung in there with us.
Wow.
I was actually
Yeah.
it was funny. My Fitbit told me that it was time to get ready for bed.
Just so you
Angry.
My Fitbit's telling me. It's like, come on, jump.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Oh, wow.
thank you. Thank you for everyone. I now know why they wanted to go at the end. That seal was part of what they're offering for this work. So I'll take a moment to just close the container since we opened with an invocation. We'll take a moment to close. So I invite everyone to take a moment. If you'd like to place a hand on your heart, and take a moment to just simply breathe into whatever you have noticed, whatever has arisen for you in this transmission. And let us intend that all of these healing energies and the Sapphire Flame transmission, all of this work continue to flow as long as it is needed, pouring in from the Sapphire Dragon line to ground, actualize, and manifest here in the physical plane. With peace of heart and peace of mind, we seal in this work today, intending for it to integrate gently as we come into perfect union of self and spirit on this path. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the blessings. And thank you so much to all of the guides and teachers who have been present here for this work. Particular thanks to all of the dragons, all of the dragon lineages, and especially the Sapphire Dragon line who have been present here for this work today. Thank you so much. We see you, we feel you, we love you, we honor you. And thank you to the Sapphire Flame and those who also work with the Blue Ray. Thank you so much. We see you, we feel you, we love you, we honor you, and we are so happy and grateful for your presence. The channel is now closed. Go if you must, stay if you will. Thank you and many blessings.
Thank you, Michelle, for that closing blessing and for shutting all those portals, all gates, all doors, all passages as we come into this containment field of really just look at the beauty of this incredible whole 3 countries, 30 speakers, so much in the library of the soul pumping through all of our veins right now with all of your shares and everybody talking and dreaming up dragons.